This is TWiT. So you're all excited. Let's talk about Memoji. So this is Animojis. This is iPhone 10 only. They didn't say that. And I realized during iOS today, the reason they didn't say that is because this is coming out with the next generation of iPhones. So what it really is, iOS 12, the new iPhones, and the iPhone 10. It needs that special camera array in the notch. But it's going to do the same thing Animojis do with the, the ghost and the tiger and the koala. Those are all the new ones, and a dinosaur or the old poop emoji, except that instead of poop, it'll be your face.
Which, depending on whether you cleaned up for that day. No, I'm just kidding. I am really excited about these.
Of course you are, Micah. I'm so glad I found somebody who is.
I'm a big user. Well, if Renee was here, he would say the same. He and I are both big users of Bitmoji, which are the little characters that you can create. Snapchat bought the company, and you create these little characters that look like you or don't look like you, depending on what you want, and you can send them around, but they're more static. Snapchat added a few that move around, but not according to your face.
Yes, but I should point out that Samsung does this with the S9. True. The thing the mistake Samsung made is they take a picture of you and then automatically do it. And it's uncanny valley as hell. It's really
you look like one of those like 4-year-old pageant kids. Have you ever seen like their photos, like their people, their company, their individuals will like Photoshop like pageant photos, and it's just like, let's erase everything and make the eyes. Yeah, it's creepy. It's no good.
It's creepy. And I think Apple was wise to avoid uncanny valley by making these. They're not based on pictures like the Bitmoji and the S9.
You have to build them,
and they're much more cartoony, right?
Yeah, they're styled after the Animoji themselves. And I think one thing that I want to note with this, that Bitmoji has failed on, that I think the Samsung thing has failed on in a way, that Google with the version of their Animoji too, they don't have a whole lot of customization options. And so by the time you get to like your finished design, it doesn't really look like you. And I think that, or I've at least seen people talking about how much you can customize with these. And I'm really happy about that. And particularly with people of color, Bitmoji and others have really failed to capture some of the hairstyles and textures of people of color in the past. And Apple clearly took the time to, I think, get some of this right. So all of this is to say, like, yes, it's a super, super silly thing. I just think it's fun, and I'm glad that Apple was, before they released this feature, it seems that they paid some level of attention to inclusivity on getting, as many people's possible looks as possible.
Here's Marquez Brownlee, speaking of people of color, with his Memoji. And yeah, it looks great. And while it doesn't look exactly like him,
the hair isn't. Yeah, his hairstyle is not unpopular. They should. I'm sure they'll
that
add
one
and
needs
expand
to
it a
be in
little
there.
bit.
Yeah. Yet, I mean, also it's not creepy. Which
but and the other thing is that like it's nice to. I think the way to do this feature is exactly the way that Apple decided to do it. People want to control the way that this thing looks. They don't want. Yes, it's a really cool tech demo of just look into the 3D camera. It will build an automatic like 3D emoji of you. It's like, no, I want to be able to choose. No, if you got my skin tone wrong, I want to fix that. If you got the shape of my face exactly right, but I'm very, very self-conscious about like the size of my nose or the size of my ears, I want to be able. I don't care if it is like a lie. I want my ears to be a little bit smaller, or I want to change my hairline forward or back. And I'm certainly not going to make fun of this feature. It's a fun feature. And it's because a phone is such a personal device, it should be fun. Okay,
this is the Samsung that I took a picture of me, and it got my like 5 o'clock shadow. The teeth aren't quite right. I look like Bill Clinton.
I was going to say I thought that was Bill Clinton.
I did not have sex with that woman. I didn't. Oh, vote for me. Vote for me.
Anderson Cooper. Yep.
All us gray hairs look the same. So this is a little uncanny valley. I mean, it's similarly fun, but
it's a weird shading.
But it's and it's super fun that the emoji can actually like be tracking your features and tracking your face, and you can actually do something that's kind of live. I thought that was probably the most fun demo of the entire thing as she was building it, but also. I was really impressed with the fact that it wasn't like, here's a static emoji, and now here is you like it's like as she's talking about what she's doing, the emoji in process goes from this like shaved Barbie head that's like been like bleached of all that hasn't been painted yet to something that as she's talking now it's talking as you're doing. It really is like a scene out of Westworld, only without the nudity or violence. It was very very cool.
That's an interesting way to put it. Yeah, actually, I was very impressed by a number of the presenters. Let me turn off the sound here, but I was going to see if I could find her.
Also, I don't think we've seen another Apple keynote that had so much representation of both genders.
Yeah, a lot of women on stage, and the women demonstrated real skills in bicycling, creating animojis while they're working. I mean, this poor woman was breathless as she's chatting with Jay Blahnik. She was just kind of out of breath as she was bicycling. I was very impressed by. The women on stage did a good job.
Exactly. Being able to like not only talk, but also talk to a very, very tightly controlled script while exerting yourself. I am not the person to call for that.
Here's oh, crud.
Good for her.
You know, I'll never be able to use Windows. Okay, here's the example of the Barbie. So she's using. Where's my audio? Are you not hearing it?
Of new effects.
Currently. There we go.
So I could add things like shapes or text.
So in real time, she's going to make a.
Ooh, so this is comic book. It's really fun, but for a response about a tiny dog hat, I think I'm going to go in a different artistic direction.
Do you think she got she went to the beauty parlor and said, "Can you duplicate this?"
Oh my goodness! Now people will do that. They hold up their Memoji. I want to look like
I have to move a little farther along. I think for the.
I think it was before this because I think this is where she already has it, and she's going to replace her face with it.
All right. Let me. Yeah, you're right. Here we go. So she's got her. Did you lose my audio again?
Yes.
I swear to God, I just. I don't know how Windows works.
Excited.
There we go.
There it is.
Is that you, Karsten, or me?
They can't all be cute and cuddly, though.
Okay,
so
Karsten.
here's our T-Rex.
You're making me think I can't use a machine.
And we have our very own.
This is the new ghost emoji.
Little ghost.
Now with tongue detection. I loved how they made a big deal of that.
Not only, well, that's actually kind of interesting. It shows how refined the thing's getting. It also does wink detection. It doesn't just blink. You can also wink, and it will reflect.
And your eyes move as well with a gaze detection.
Here's the bald Kelsey.
So I selected a skin color.
It's still following her. What's cool is she's doing this live, and it's following her mouth, which is really neat.
I thought that was
up as well as she moves her head from side to side.
Yes. Okay, on to the main event. There are so many hairstyles to choose from. First, I'm going to grab my color.
Unless you're Marquez Brownlee.
And then, like I said, I need to go a little bit shorter. All right.
Now, can you use these in a Tinder profile? Because that might actually get me some help.
Now that I'm all set, I can, of course,
a lot of people have replaced their Twitter avatars with them already, I've seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I might have to get the beta so I can keep up with the kids.
I haven't. Yeah, I have not installed it on my iPhone 10 yet, so I haven't actually made it as much as I said I was excited about it.
A great pair of sunnies.
During the State of the Union, they said that the reason this was sort of a joke, but also I could see it. One of the reasons they added tongue detection was because when people were trying out the feature, one of the first things they did was stick out their tongue, and it didn't work.
That they didn't. Oh, that's interesting.
But it does show off how sophisticated this stuff is getting. I was thinking about how this could help accessibility to give like descriptive text of here is the you're talking. You're talking to somebody, so if you're vision impaired,
here's what their face looks like right now.
They're smiling right now. They're winking right now.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Emoji right here into the drawer alongside the rest of my team.
And it's still talking even down there in the drawer. That's very cool.
It's pretty amazing.
That's when you're playing this game at expert level. Yeah. It's not necessary to have it live and have it to shrink down and be elsewhere when the interface for the selections are different. But it's like, you know what? We're playing at expert level. We're hitting from the back tees. We're going to do the best.
Apple's always been impressive with the demos.
They earned that $1,000. I'll tell you.